Hi all, welcome to my channel. My name is Leah and this channel is called Leah's Study World, and today I wanted to talk to you about excuses that I make when shopping. I have my trusted notebook that I customized from Erin Condren. I wouldn't probably spend that much money now on a notebook, but anyway, it says Spark Joy Yoon, and I need to find the page. 1 second. I should have done this before, and okay, I found it. I'm sure there are more, but I'll just be reading the ones that I wrote down so far. And I didn't think that I was making excuses. So many times I watched other YouTubers like who are really good at minimalism already say that they were making excuses, and I was like, luckily I don't do that. But I had just never realized that all the stuff I tell myself are excuses. So if you are in that position that you're not thinking that you're making excuses, do pay attention to this video and really review what you tell yourself, because you may just be making the same mistake as I did, and you may be making loads of excuses, and that may be why you're shopping too much. So if that is the case, then pay lots of attention to this video. Hopefully my excuses will kind of inspire you to like recognize the excuses that you are making, and I would recommend for you to write this down as well. Something about writing things down just makes us process them more, and the more you are aware of them, the better for you, the easier it will be to stop making those excuses, because now we can recognize them, right? Recognize. Don't know if that word was clear, but yeah, anyway. And I want to share one fact that I read in Dopamine Nation. Oh, I will show you that book in another video. But I read this book called Dopamine Nation by Dr. Anna Lembke. And in there it said that if you're addicted to something, nothing else gives you a dopamine hit, right? I used to think I want to replace shopping with other things, but I was like, nothing else feels as good, nothing else makes me as happy. But what I didn't know was that apparently when you're addicted, your drug of choice gives you a dopamine hit, and nothing else can compare, because your brain's pleasure and pain scale or balance is out of balance. And once you stop using, it kind of goes back into balance, and other things will start bringing you more joy. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully once I shop less, I will feel more pleasure from other things, and maybe it can measure up. Maybe it can give me the happiness that I want, true happiness, some fun, like maybe activities to do, like, I don't know, going bowling, rather than shopping for stuff, and the happiness never lasts, right? And you have a house full of things. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is that you can't fully stop shopping, because there will always be things we need. And in this day and age, we don't make clothes ourselves or grow our own food for the most part. I mean, some people do, but probably not even all of what they need will be produced by themselves. Even in the Middle Ages, people still went to markets, and I'm just a little bit worried that this dopamine hit will still I will still feel it from that shopping that I do, and that will kind of keep it alive, keep my addiction alive, and keep making me want to shop for things that I don't need. But I will try my best, guys. That's all I can do. But anyway, I've been already talking for a long time. It says 5 minutes, but probably not for full 5 minutes, but I've been talking a long time. I will speed up some of that footage, as you will have seen when I was looking for the right page, or I'll just edit it out. But without further ado, let's get started with the first excuse. Okay, my first excuse is I'll get the money back in next month and save it then. How foolish, right? I always think if I spend it now, but next month I'll get paid, I'll save it next month. But I just fool myself, and once the money is gone, it's gone. Next excuse. This is the last thing I'll buy. I wrote from H&M or in general because I thought the dress would be the last thing from H&M because the quality has become really bad. So I don't want to shop there anymore. But my friend has since said that the more expensive items there are better quality. So I gave it a shot with a pullover, which I will share in my monthly haul. So if you don't want to miss that, then subscribe to my channel and switch your notifications bell on. And that video will come out sometime soon, maybe at the end of the month, at the end of July. But I'm not 100% sure when I'll come out with that video. I'll probably film it today. The soonest will be in a few days, in a week from you watching this, because there's a part 2 to what I'm doing right now, and then there's that video. Because I always upload twice a week nowadays. As long as I have enough content to film in advance, I'll be uploading twice a week. Mondays and Thursdays is my aim. But I sometimes I'm busy and then I forget, and then I end up uploading late, or maybe the next day or something. But usually Mondays and Thursdays. Let me know if you think that's too much, too often, or if you think that's good. Oh, I don't know. This is private too. Why am I showing this? But anyway, I wanted to stop shopping. Yeah, I wanted to shop at H&M, and I did it. I bought a summer trouser. I thought it was gonna be the last item, and then I bought a pullover. And I'm thinking this will be the last item. I thought the quality might be better because it was more expensive, but little hairs coming out of it and they get stuck everywhere. So no, it didn't help. Spending more money at H&M doesn't help, in my experience anyway. Or in general, because when I want to stop shopping, I like to fool myself into thinking I'll only buy these things that I really, really want because I really, really want them, and after that I will stop. And of course, next time I also really, really, really want whatever else I'll see and take a liking to at that time. So yeah. Next excuse is maybe I can make it. Maybe I can do it. Maybe I can make it without that money. And it's a really unhealthy strategy to try and live without the money that whatever the item is costs you, rather than allowing yourself to live a bit more relaxed and have a bit more of a security blanket when it comes to finances, and having a bit of money just to fall back onto in case you need it, rather than saying, oh my god, yeah, I really want this item, and like, rather than deciding that the item is more important to you than your money and your safety, I suppose. I don't know if safety is the right word, but like security. And yet time and time again I fall for that. Yeah, the next one is pretty similar to one that I've already mentioned, but it's only this one more thing and then I'll save. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. I don't need to say much about it. But every time time and time again, I think that the last item is special, that I really wanted. And then I can live without whatever else I'll be seeing later. But later on, I have the same problem, and I once again think that I need that stuff, and I don't really need them. Excuse number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I was gonna say 5, and I didn't, and it's actually number 5. Okay. Oh, I kind of already touched on that when explaining the last point. This item is special. More special than all the other items. If I could just own this one thing, then I would be satisfied for good. But of course that fails. Like, yeah, it's kind of so weird, but even with the things that I already own, I hear people say or read in books about minimalism that you should only keep things that are special to you, things that are special to you, or only keep what, how does that saying go? Only keep what is useful to you or you deem to be beautiful. And I'm just like, everything is special to me. That is the problem. Everything I own is 95% of what I own is beautiful to me, or I wouldn't own them. So when people say keep your favorites, I'm like, I did that and I'm still stuck with so much stuff. And it's kind of similar when shopping. Every time I think the item is special, but obviously when you look back, every time I thought that in the past, I did think the item was special. And it's not more special than anything else I own. But everything I own is special to me. And every new thing I see in the shops that I want, once again, I think it's more special than, I don't know why I think it's special, because everything else was special too. But to me, this one is really special. This is the one. And it's not. Next time I have the same problem again. So it doesn't make sense to think that I would be satisfied for good. Yeah, for some reason I just think this one last special item and then I'll be satisfied. But nah, I fall in love with something else again later down the line and have the same problem again. So this will be hard, but I'll get into it more in my monthly haul. But I have to learn to resist. It's gonna be hard, and I think I want it to be easy. And when it's not easy, I make these excuses, and I think that I can still shop less and still shop. But I have to resist, and I have to bear the pain that comes with it, of loss, I guess, of missing out. Excuse number 6. It's only this much. When it's like a low amount, a lot of times I find really good deals on places like eBay, or just years of shopping have made me really good at trying to at finding good deals, finding good quality for less in charity shops, for example, or like books. I always check on websites if I can find it for cheaper than the original price, and a lot of times I succeed, and a lot of times even if I'm not looking for anything in particular, I come across things that are really good deals. And on places like eBay, sellers can send you offers, so you get more tempted, and it's just so tempting. So I tend to think, oh, it's only that much, it's such a low amount, either that it's doable, or I can convince myself that it's doable even when it's not really doable, if I was sticking to my budget. At least I have a budget, but it's kind of pointless if I can't stick to it, right? Or so either I think it's doable financially, or I kind of don't want to miss out and get fear of missing out, because I think it'll be gone in no time when it's so cheap, and I just don't want to miss out on this great deal that I could be getting. Number 7, I really want this. Very simple, but very straightforward, but it's very true. I really want this. And I kind of believe that this is a good enough excuse to buy it when it's not. When I say believe, I don't believe that as a virtue or a value or whatever you call it, but in the moment I end up believing that because I really want it, I should get it. And no, I shouldn't get it. Oh, the next one is fear of missing out again. It's the last one available. That has happened and that has made me buy things. And on a lot of websites, it tells you last item available or few pieces available or something like that, or almost gone, and it just makes you shop more. Because it makes you think, after this, I can never get this item again. And you don't think I'll find it somewhere else. Or you might think if I find it somewhere else, then it'll be a ton more expensive. So you don't want to miss out. I bought these Elvis CDs for that reason. I did wait for them a week, I think. But I did end up buying them. They were really cheap. They were like $2.30 each. Used. Anyway. But I think that will be a hard one to overcome because the rarity factor makes you just like worried that you will miss out. It makes you want it more, and it just makes you want to buy it so much more. So I think that will be hard to overcome. The next one is similar. I think that would be, is it number 9? Yeah, exactly. Fear that it might get sold out if I don't buy it ASAP. Pretty self-explanatory, and it ties in with what I just said, but this can happen even if it's not the last one available, or nobody tells you that it's the last one available and you just don't know it. You might still get fear that it will be sold out if you don't buy it ASAP. Because to you it's such an amazing item, so you may think that everyone else who sees this will think the same way and buy it very fast. And it has happened that I have missed out on things that I didn't buy straight away, that I was trying to wait for, and it was a bummer and I really regret it. So, well, not really, but I regretted it. And yeah, don't want to experience that disappointment again. And I think I'll just have to get used to that disappointment so that it becomes less bad to experience. Oh yeah. And at the time of writing these excuses, my brain was like, as a reward for doing the hard work and figuring out these excuses, I should allow myself to buy the Elvis CDs. So that was when I was still waiting. And then I was like, no, that's just another excuse. And then there is the next two kind of go together. Money doesn't matter. And money doesn't matter as much as things, like possessions. Which isn't a conviction of mine, but I act like it. I act like money is not as important as things. I act like when I want something, when I have an attachment to something, and you can form attachments to stuff in shops already. That's why you want to take them home. Then I just really, really want to own it. And a lot of times getting it is a relief. And I just, not the same relief as not owning too much stuff would be, but it's a relief because the anxiety goes away of what would happen if you can't have it. And how am I trying to say this? Yeah, I just act like this stuff is more important. I just kind of, if I have a choice between, it's not that I don't know how to say it, it's that it's hard to admit. But I feel like if I have a choice between money and stuff, I pick stuff. And it would be a wiser choice to pick the money. And a better choice for your future, a more secure choice for your future. But I just feel better when I get the stuff, at the beginning at least, until the novelty wears off. And then you want more stuff. Because buying things or getting new things, even for free as a present or something, gives me a dopamine hit that I don't get from saving money. So hopefully in the future I can reverse that and I can save the money and try and find joy in having that security and making the wiser choice, the more mature, I should say, the more adult choice that I should be making, rather than clinging to stuff and kind of leaving the stuff aside and walking past it and never saying it again. Oh my god. No, I'm joking, but I'm half joking because, yeah, I just love things. Okay, this one, I'm not sure if it's an excuse or not. I was thinking it's a reasonable purchase. I think at times the reasonable purchases are reasonable and they should be made, but then I think it can be an excuse as well. This was actually connected to a particular, oh my god, this video is 22 minutes long. At least it's not short and boring. Let me know if my videos are too long, if you prefer longer or shorter videos, but I like long videos when they're interesting, so. I wasn't sure. I think I made the purchase because, or made the decision to make that purchase. I haven't made the purchase yet because it does seem reasonable. But just because it's reasonable doesn't mean you need the item. So that's where I think the confusion comes in. So I wrote it down as an excuse just in case. Because it can be an excuse. I think it can be something we tell ourselves, yeah, it's reasonable, or it was a good price and I really like it and I wanted it for a long time, or something like that, and then it seems reasonable when really you didn't need that item. But then there's like stocking up on toothbrushes when you only have one left and you got them for a good price. Technically you didn't need it yet because you still have one left, but it was a good idea because they were cheaper and you need toothbrushes again for sure later, unless you want to let your teeth rot. Which hopefully you don't. Okay, next point, next excuse. This is the right item to buy. Which kind of ties in with making it a reasonable purchase, but also like feeling like everything is special. This is the right item to buy. This is right for me, and you instantly kind of create this bond between you and the item, and this item means a lot to you. And the thing is, there isn't one right item for you. If you feel like this item is for you, some people even say, oh, I think it was fate, it has been waiting here for me all this time, the fact that this was still available when I came into the shop, or stuff like that. And honestly, fate isn't about something as superficial as shopping. Fate is bigger than that, and this happens between people, like finding soulmates, but not really with stuff. And I used to have that attitude. So when you feel like this is the right item for me, the fact that this can happen with so many items makes it dangerous, because if you think that every time and that becomes your reason to buy it, then you end up with too much stuff and not enough money. So yeah. So like number one, this won't be the only item that you feel like is the right item for you. And number two, having that sense of fate that you came across something should happen with people, or maybe with a profession, devotion, or what you call it, something that you're meant to accomplish in life, but not really with items. Especially not if it's like all the time. If you're a minimalist and you happen upon something that you've been looking for a long time, you finally found it, maybe for a great price in a charity shop, good for you. Like, I'm not saying never think that this was, but this was a good thing to happen, but it's not the meaningful connection that I used to believe it was. And then I wasn't sure about this one, so I said maybe I have a sense that this item will improve my life once I own it. Not sure. When I own it, I can do this and that with it, or people will admire me for wearing this item, etc. Yeah, I think that actually does happen, but maybe I'm not as conscious of it as I would need to be to cross the maybe out of that sentence. I think we do think that items are improve our lives. If I buy the CD, then I can actually, yes, I kind of think people will consider me more cultured and I don't know what you call it, but maybe more well-versed in things, music knowledge, if I listen to something like Elvis Presley rather than Taylor Swift, whom I love, by the way, and listen to too. But, I mean, I like Elvis Presley, or I wouldn't have bought it. I like it. It's not like I just bought it for other people and then will never listen to it. I do like him, and I want to learn more of it. Like, not learn the songs, but get to know other songs that I have never heard from him. Because I feel like I only know a few that are very famous, and then there are others that I don't know. Hello, Minnie! But yeah, stuff like that happens. We do tell ourselves things like this. Or people admire me, like I said, admire me for the clothes that I'll be wearing once I own them. Or just general, it doesn't have to do with other people that they will admire you. It could just be that you imagine your life better after owning this item. And in most cases, unless it fulfills a genuine need, your life won't be better. It will be the same, especially after the novelty factor wears off. Your life will just be the same as before, and you'll need more stuff. I think that's a projected happiness. If we do feel like something made our life happy, it's what we project onto that item, that we imagine that our life is better now. But really, what makes a life better would be a kettle that we bought. It made our life better because we can make drinks from it. It's helpful for our lives. Or when we got this not kitchen table, coffee table, which is slightly too big for our sofas, but we didn't know that because we didn't measure it foolishly, and we got it off Gumtree for free, so it's not like we wasted our money. But when we got this, it helped us. It also made a bigger mess because now the table is full, which I wasn't going to tell you. I'm specifically not showing it in the camera, but anyway, it helped us. We can put our drinks down, we can write something if we need to take notes when we're on the phone or something. I can sort out my stuff, like I put my maybe pile here, now I can sort it out. The CDs that I still have to listen to are on here so that I know to do that. Yeah, so that was helpful. Like, that's a genuine life improvement, but not like just imagining your life will be better if you can finally own this item, and then owning it and creating a strong bond with that item, and it's just an object. Last but not least, oh yeah, this is kind of, I wrote this again. It will make me happier or my life better. because once I was sure that I'd do that, I wrote this again, because without the maybe, basically, it's pretty much the same point. Yeah, there's a fine line between it actually improving your life and you thinking it will improve your life. Anyway, these are my excuses. Now that I have the awareness, I can recognize them better, faster. Hopefully, this is my hope or my plan, that I will recognize these excuses and then resist them. And it's going to be so hard. But I said to myself, I won't be getting anywhere if I keep making the same mistake. If I keep thinking, I will only buy what I want, because now, once you run out of money, I wait for the next time I get paid, and I have all these ideas, I have all these plans of what I will buy when I get paid, and it's usually more than I can afford. So I forgot what I was gonna say. It's not coming in my mind, sorry. The plan is to start I was saying that I can't make a difference if I don't actually make a difference. If I keep like thinking that I will only buy what I planned I will buy next time I get money, and not more than that, and save the rest, it just won't work, because I always end up buying more. So I have to try to save all the money, and then if I mess up, I have something left over to save. And it'll just be so not enjoyable. But hopefully I will start feeling more joy from other activities, like going swimming or whatever, not going to a market. No, bad. Ow. Maybe what you want. It's lovely to stroll through a market, but not to buy stuff. I was kind of thinking, like, it's just kind of nice, maybe eat a bite there or something. It's just kind of like a nice Sunday market in Wimbledon, or Portobello Market. No, not Portobello Market. It's just kind of nice. These markets that are, it's a nice atmosphere. To enjoy the atmosphere, not to go shopping there. Anyway. Yeah. Maybe I'll take a salsa class or go swimming next month. That's kind of part of the plan, rather than shopping. And pay for the activities first, and then probably there won't be any money left for mindless shopping. But it's hard because I really want the items I want. I want to buy Evermore from Taylor Swift, the CD. Anyway, I'm rambling. I hope you liked this video. So if you did, then please give it a thumbs up, so that it lets me know that you enjoyed it. And it really helps out my channel, because my channel is small. Excuse me, please. Please subscribe so you can get updates when my next video comes out. It's mostly decluttering and low-buy related. But I've branched out a little bit because I wanted regular content, and I just wanted to make use of the ideas that I had. But I will always get back to decluttering and low-buy. At least within this low-buy year. But this is supposed to become a lifestyle change, but it's just, I'm not doing it very well. But I am doing well, because I figured out all of these excuses all on my own. And I feel like nobody tells you how to overcome attachments to stuff. I had to figure it out all on my own. And with this writing of these excuses, I finally felt like I was finally getting somewhere. And I just don't understand where, like, please share this video with other people, because I want it to reach more people in case they needed to hear this, because maybe it helps them. I mean, I'm making part 2, which is about the reasons or excuses that I cling to stuff that I already own. But this can also be really helpful. So I may say this again in the next video, but I don't understand all these minimalists out there that say that they used to have so much stuff. How did they do it then? I mean, I can't be the only one with the only person in this world with such strong attachments. Maybe some people weren't sentimental, but then why did they have so much stuff in the first place? But there must be other people who have attachments to stuff, and like, why don't they share with us how to overcome that? Where is that knowledge? They share stuff like, do sentimentals last, or yeah, use containers, and when they're full you have to get rid of something, or the one in one out rule. They share stuff like that, but they don't actually tell you how to overcome attachments. So if I'm at all getting somewhere now that I've figured out all these excuses, and now that I'm able to recognize them, then this is really valuable. I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's been really hard to get to this place where I even realized that I was making excuses. So if this is helpful to other people, I regret that my channel is so small and nobody sees it, because I think it can be helpful. If it's not, let me know, but I think it can be helpful. I mean, it depends on how well I'll be doing on actually taking the next step and actually not making excuses anymore and not shopping, which I really want to shop. But anyway, maybe this helps you to also write down your own excuses so that you can recognize them when shopping, because this is the first step, right? When you recognize them as the excuses that they are, that's when you can say, I don't want to make that excuse anymore. I don't want to be living my life like this anymore. I want to stop shopping, you know what I mean? Anyway, I've talked a lot. This video is once again really long. I probably edit some stuff out to make it a little bit shorter, but I always want to keep everything in. That's one of my problems. So anyway, yeah, please do share, like, subscribe, and comment how it's going for you. Let me know what's your number one excuse in the comments below. What's your number one excuse when shopping? And please do remember to watch part 2, which will be, like I said, I called it reasons at first, but then I called it excuses for why I cling to my stuff. And then I also wrote down some counterpoints in an attempt to kind of talk myself out of that, or give myself reasons to act differently, why I don't need to have attachments, which I think it will be harder to do that than to stop shopping, because it's more straightforward with the shopping. I have excuses, I need to see through them, I need to stop listening to them, and I need to be more strict with myself and not shop. Whereas letting go of stuff, I feel like I already have those attachments, so like it's harder now. I don't know how to explain why, but I'll try my best. I hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like I'll start repeating myself now, so I'm just gonna say goodbye. But yeah, I hope you liked it, and I hope you didn't mind the length of the video. Let me know if that's too long or if that's still interesting. But I wanted to cover all of these excuses, because the more the merrier. Like, the more examples I give you, the easier it will be to find out for you what excuses you're making. And I just wanted to cover all of them because I think it's an important subject. Because if you're here because you shop too much, then it can only help. Alright, have a great rest of the day. Bye!